good to know that you are the other end of the TV watching and following. Welcome to SOUQ Sports right here on SOUQ News Television. Yours truly, TC Barra, right here with you on this Monday edition of the program. Well, we've got stories from the local scene. We've got stories from, of course, the foreign scene. And either way, wherever you are, we've got stories for you. I mean, whatever that's going to pique your interest. And of course, we're bringing you some love from Paris. So let's start off by letting you know that I got a partner in this business, the usual suspect, the noble Kelvin, right here in the studio.
Yeah, I still remember myself, Kelvin Ojefia, and I'm glad to be here. It's actually a countdown to the end of the Olympic and also a countdown for
How many
resumption
days Olympic? You don't count them down.
and countdown to resumption of Premier Leagues and other leagues.
Yeah.
And basically for the Manchester United fans and the Manchester City fans, countdown to the Community Shield. So we are glad and thank God. Let's start watching football again.
It's obvious that Kelvin conspicuously evaded counting down to the Nigerian Professional Football League. And I've said I am going to stuff it down his throat as much as I can. Of course, we also do have Nigeria teams taking part in the CAF Confederations Cup. So most teams are trying to, beef their squad up. And that's what we're going to let you know. So there's some sort of drama
Okay.
where a particular coach, Paul Ofo, was hired by Kano Pillars, and less than a month, the club wielded its big axe and asked him to go. And so Kano Pillars does have a new coach now in Usman Abdallah. Coach Usman has reached an agreement becoming the new technical advisor for the four-time NPFL champions. The club announced this through their official Facebook page. His previous coaching roles were with some big teams as well. Aimba, he was at Wiki Tourist at some point, and then he had successes guiding Katsina United to NPFL promotion, which is more like a highlight to his expertise. But the way and manner in which Paul was dropped wasn't so good. And then there were explanations of some sort. Some school of thought believed there was a barrier in coaching, in language. There was also a one big man at the top not liking him. These are different school of thoughts out there.
So when it comes to barrier in communicating with the coaching staff and
Players.
the players, I don't think that should be an issue.
We've seen where coaches have translators.
Yes, so that shouldn't be an issue. I think it should be something else. For that should actually be ruled out, not the language thing, not the language thing. And within a month, you brought in someone within a month. I think it is disrespectful to the coach. For me, if I'm a coach, it's disrespectful to me. I don't care what the issue might be, but at least give this guy some time before you just end your business with this person.
Yeah.
He's a coach. He's a coach. I don't know what. Probably there might be some policy that he is not actually okay with, or probably there are some styles he's trying to bring and
they're not comfortable with it.
So,
but then, be it as it may, I mean, Paul is a great coach through and through. He has grown through the rank and file. You cannot basically. I don't want to do a comparison between Paul and Usman Abdallah. Usman has been there. I mean, an old man for the game.
Even his portfolio speaks for him.
Yes, indeed.
Places that he has gone to, clubs, local clubs that he has managed, and so his portfolio speaks for him already.
Well, Peter Ajeni is the permanent coach of Sokoto United. He's been named as their new substantive technical advisor. Ajeni's exceptional leadership and technical expertise during his interim tenure have earned him this very important pivotal role, and that is coming on the exit of Usman Abdallah. So still keeping with the NPFL, champions Rangers International Football Club have appointed Chinemere Ugweze as their new captain. He succeeds Chukwudi Nwodo. Ugweze now shoulders the responsibility of leading the team as they prepare for the new season and their upcoming CAF Champions League preliminary round clash, which is against Comoros side Union Sportive Zilimaju. I hope that the Flying Antelopes can give us something worth our while. They were, we talked about it last Friday. They played out a preseason
Yeah,
friendly with
with
Eimba,
Eyimba.
beat them by a lone goal. I don't know if that still speaks to their superiority in that Oriental derby.
And so if there was something I actually liked about that friendly last week between Eyimba and the Rangers is I think the what the Sporting Association is trying to do here is they are trying to close that beef between these two. You know how
Yeah,
it ended.
yeah,
You know how it
yeah.
we all know how it ended last season for them. The fight, and
I think
so I
they
think
both bore the brunt,
and
point
so
deductions and fines
and so that friendly no, but you can't really judge a team fully
by
based
one
on
game.
by one game and based on preseason matches. So let's let the league start and let's see what. But
How it goes.
and if you know, a lot of transfer has been going on,
Yeah.
a lot
And
like
the
a lot of
twist about it is some play they've had some sort of exchange program.
like
Players moving
come
from
come on.
Rangers to
So
Imba, Imba to Rangers and all.
everybody's
And
like
Fidelis Electrico is also saying that he tips Imba to be great contenders for the league.
like
You know.
really great content.
Let's see how that goes. But one team that I've been impressed with personally, Remo Stars, have secured the services of Beninois goalkeeper Serge Obasa. He's joined the team from AS Cotonou. At his arrival adds to the 11 new players signed by Remo as they strengthen their squad for the upcoming season. Well, on the other hand, Ikorodu City, which is the team we are going to be supporting right here in Lagos,
Lagos.
Nigeria, Ikorodu City FC Football Club, newly promoted.
Yeah.
It's sad that he had Sporting Lagos go to the NNL and Ikorodu gain promotion. It would have been very beautiful to have two teams in Lagos, in the NPFL top flight. But then Ayewere moved from Ikorodu. He moved to Ikorodu from Sporting Lagos. He scored the club's first goal in the NPFL last season, made 24 appearances for Sporting, and brings a wealth of experience that will be crucial to Ikorodu. Well, a sad one for Sporting Lagos, but I'm sure that they will be able to find themselves
I think
out of,
for this case, they should just back the Kurodu
yeah,
City for
give
Sporting
them that
Lagos. Yeah,
support.
give them the support since you guys are not there. So at least we have someone in the state representing us. Let's give
Let's see
someone
how
the
it
support.
is.
Yeah.
All right, great stuff anyway. But then talking about exports now, player Amos Onoche is going to League One club Stade de Reims. He signed a promising uh, uh, like a contract. Well, the Nigerian National League outfit Sporting Supreme are the ones who are gaining from this very significant milestone as Onoche becomes the first Nigeria to join the club. On the other hand, Ume Bright has made a move to Kosovo Super League side Lira FC after impressing during his time at nationwide League One side Green Lock FC. And it's a new chapter for him as he embarks on a journey into European football. We'll take a moment, and when we return, we'll get to bring you up to speed with what's happening in cricket. The Nigerian Cricket Federation are very hopeful that the under 19 team will be qualifying for the World Cup. There's a qualification going on in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and we'll be joined by Sam, who is a sports analyst. Okay, so it feels like we do not have Sam, but then, Kelvin, if I had to just throw you into this uncharted waters. Uncharted waters. Just from our office, we overlook the Tafa Balewa Square. Of course, we are located in the tallest building in West Africa. Pride ourselves with that.
Yeah.
Currently on the 16th floor of this edifice, we overlook the Tafa Balewa Square, and every day, or at least 4 or 5 times a week,
Every day,
we get to
every
see
blessed
these
day.
young stars training
Yeah.
in that open field there. What do you make out of this sport, really?
I would say it's the first when I started seeing them. I think it's the commitment for me. It is how I don't know if it's the state government, but it is how they've shown their commitment to cricket.
Yeah,
Yeah, because every day you see them and you even want to play the game.
with them.
At the time growing up, when I saw the cricket game, watching it on TV, I don't really like it. But sometimes when I'm passing the Tafawa Balewa Square and I see those young guys training with the energy, their focus, the love and the joy for the game, I was like, man, I think there's something in this game. I like watching them. I love watching them. I think it is we should I think the government should start seeing this in that sports matters and there is good money in sport.
What do you make out of the fact that these young guys are really young? I mean, when you say under 19,
Yeah.
you look at their physical makeup, their
Yeah, really,
morphology,
yeah.
and you'd say these are really young guys.
If you follow up with the Olympics, you notice that there are some young persons representing
No,
their
yeah,
countries. You
yeah,
understand? So
yeah.
it's better we catch them young now, put them in the path at a very younger age. And so if they start this thing on time, since they've started on time, 3 4 years from now they'll start representing the country in a bigger light and in a bigger competition. So I think this is the part that we should actually focus on more, getting the younger ones into sport, not just for not, they shouldn't just take it as something my school is doing, so let me just take it for fun, but as a career path. You understand? So my joy for it is even involving the younger ones. These guys are young, and now at this age, they're representing the country for a game like this. It is a huge responsibility, we know, but it is something that comes with prestige.
Also, that tournament is ongoing, and we'll continue to monitor the development and the progression of the Yellow Greens. I'm hoping that we can get to Sam. If we cannot get to Sam Mehelu right now, we would. Or Sam, glad to have you finally on the program. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, TC. Sorry, my background's a bit not well lighted, but we're happy with what we have going on in Dar es Salaam now in Tanzania. Yeah, thanks for bringing me on your program.
Okay, so first and foremost, I'd like to um, understand the fixtures of this particular qualification. So I know they had taken on the host nation, Tanzania, and then they played Mozambique, triumphed over Mozambique. So what's next for the Yellow Greens?
Yellow Greens, Yellow Greens actually on the under 19, that's what they're called. They'll be taking on Ghana tomorrow. We are in a group of 4. There are 8 teams altogether grouped in 2. Group A and B. We are in Group B. The Nigerian team is played host Tanzania, played Mozambique, and playing Ghana, meaning that we have 4 of us there: Nigeria, Tanzania, Mozambique, and Ghana in that group. As it is now, we've played 2 matches. All the teams have played 2 matches. Nigeria sits at the 2nd position. We've played. We lost to host nation Tanzania the first match. We won the 2nd match, which was with a record score of 364 runs, and we're going to play Ghana tomorrow. Hopefully, winning tomorrow's match solidify our position as 2nd on the rung, meaning that we will likely qualify for semi-finals. We will now play with the top 2 teams from the other group too. That's where it stands for now.
Okay, so what guarantees qualification for the World Cup?
For the World Cup, there are 3 tickets to be picked here. So the automatic first and second place teams pick the first 2 tickets, and the third ticket will be picked by the winner of the losers match, or what do you call the 3rd place match. So hopefully, we hope that the form we picked up from playing against Mozambique will see us through, and we'll be able to still contend for the ticket. We're hopeful. We've been there before. 2019, we picked the first World Cup, Cricket World Cup appearance Nigeria made was at this level, and that gives us a lot of hope that we can still make something happen here.
Okay, so I just don't see cricket as popular as football, and in a world where we have evolution, things are changing. How quickly do you think that people can accept the sporting activity cricket and understand it? Because the terminology feels a little bit different. You're having runs, you're having overs, you're having innings, you're having bats, and stuff. When we're used to 2 goals, 3 goals, penalty in the local parlance, yeah. So it just feels a little bit different, if I may put it that way.
Okay, TC, one of the things you should know is that while I agree with you that quite a number of grounds needs to be covered, I must say a lot has been done too. Nigeria is a nation of over 200 million people, 220 if you ask them. And so for us to be able to make a lot of impact that will get to people knowing that cricket, we will need to hit, say, no, something more substantial or something more like the population of some other countries. But I can tell you, we have this under 17 tournament we play sometimes early in the year. And in the past 2 years, we've had all the states of the federation, except one or two, been sending teams to do it. That shows that the game has been gaining a lot of momentum. And I can say that nobody come from another state to represent the other state. It's people are picked from the state itself to come and represent their state. It tells the amount of work. I'm just using that so that you can easily understand the level of work being done. As it is now, the targets for which we've been hitting for the past 3 years or so is 250,000 players, school children, nationally, and we'll be hitting that. And of course, if you compare 250,000 school kids against our population, it's almost nothing. And that means in the past 4 years, we've done close to 1 million or thereabouts. And I keep saying cricket is gaining ground, and I'm just trying to share data to help you see it from that perspective. And again, given our population, those data may also not mean a lot. Those under 19 players that you saw there, in fact, one of the other points that will easily make you see what cricket has done, I mean, for us, is that if you remember the All African Games, or African Games now called, in Ghana, the female national team, the Nigerian female national team, picked bronze. And picked bronze, meaning that they are the third best team on the continent. That's what it means. And these are school children. I mean, when I say school children, I mean kids from secondary school who came together to play those events. We've done a lot of. I have to push those forward to be able to say that Nigerian cricket has done a lot of groundwork in pushing the game at the school level, and is beginning to yield results. And immediately after this event that is going on in Tanzania now, we're going to have another under 19 championship, but this time for women, and it's going to be in Rwanda. And the set of players that are going to be representing Nigeria is also, I mean, secondary school, half school kids, and the Nigerian teams are highly rated on the continent now. I must say that's coming from the place of the quality of developmental effort that Nigerian Cricket Federation are put on ground.
All right, Mr. Sam, thank you. Thank you for joining us. A very quick question. What is the level of government involvement in cricket in Lagos? Not even in Lagos, in Nigeria as well. What is the level of government involvement in it?
Well, that's a tricky question, because presently government still manages the apex ruling body for the game. I mean, Nigerian Cricket Federation is a government body, even though members are elected and government, civil servants are also on the board. And I must say that government have done a lot in terms of supports, but we, just like some sports still rates higher on government government plan more than the other sports. Maybe because they bring in numbers for them, or they make more impact. You understand? I must say that we're hoping that cricket will be able to get to the top 5, top 3, or thereabout, that government can be able to make some votes for. The Olympics now that's going on, and very soon, I mean, in the coming Olympic, cricket will be at the Olympic, by the way. And so at the Olympics, you see even the quality of attention being given some sport above another. And you understand government, if you're on the side of government too, the kind of needle those kind of sports move for them. Say, for instance, well, I'm cricket now, so I'll be jealous to want to put out some other sports. I mean, I want to say that it's open to all to see that some sports are more favorable to government than others. But we're hoping that in the next couple of years, maybe when we win the world, when we begin to get World Cup tickets down for Nigeria, I will be able to be in those top five. Maybe we're not there yet now.
Okay, so just one more thought from me before we allow you get back to your day. Um, you talked about the fact that government prioritizes. So, are there some financial returns in the works? Do you see cricket making as much as football does? They say football is a big money spinning business at the moment, athletics as well. I know that some countries are going to be paying the athletes and players who win gold medals a lot of money, after the Paris Olympics. The figures are out there. But then is cricket making so much, or is there a possibility that cricket players will be able to afford to buy mansions eventually? Can you hear me?
This is like I'm trying to work on it. Yeah.
Okay. So I should probably repeat my question then.
Yeah. Please do.
Okay, so basically what I was asking is the financial returns. Is there any possibility that persons who play cricket or indulge in cricket will be gaining financially from it?
Okay. Well, what I can say is that for now, professionalism in cricket is still not in full blown, and most of the but that does not mean that they don't get financial. Just like any other team, for every win they make, they are paid their winning bonus or thereabouts, and there's just as incentive to keep their interest in the game going. That's one. Number two, the Nigerian Cricket Federation, because of the senior national team, which is the apex team for the country. Most of the players are signed have a contract with the NCF. I think it's a novel thing, and one of the few federations that have a couple of players on contract, and the contract is tied to their form. If you're a national team, a couple of players on national team that have both male and female anyway. They are paid and the contract allows the federation to pay them stipends monthly, which is more like a salary, just so that they can keep the body and soul together and be able to take some maybe meet some nutritional obligations to and keeping fit, gym subscription, all those kind of stuff to be able to keep them. Apart from that, they also have some discipline, some routine training routines that are measured out to them to keep them on. Those are what are also on ground now. Talking about contracts, long-term contract with brands and all the rest, we're not there yet, and we're hoping to be able to get there. Yeah.
So thank you very much for finding time to join us on the program today. We really appreciate. The network has been a little bit erratic. I know you've been, in and out of the conversation talking about the network, but then it's great to have you, and I'm looking forward to more conversations. If they qualify, which I'm hoping they would, we'll also talk again and find out what next, for the Yellow Greens, Nigeria's representatives.
Thank you very much. It's nice being here.
All right. This is SOUQ Sports. And we just had a conversation with a sport analyst, Sam, who's been following cricket and, of course, cricket activities in Nigeria. He's more like a media consultant for them. What a conversation. Well, one man's meat is another's poison. So if you do not like cricket, you probably love basketball. And so here is good news for Nigerians who are following the Olympics. The Tigers is beating Canada to become the first African team to qualify for the quarterfinals. So this is coming at a point where all hope seems to have been lost, for medals and all that. And Coach Rena Wakama and team captain Amy Okonkwo have gone on to share a little bit of how the magic happened, some insights. For Randy Waldrum, he explained why
the guys lost. Yeah.
Wakama is telling us
why we won.
Why we won. So he just gives you the two sides to the coin. So they made history by advancing to the quarterfinals of the Olympics for the first time since their debut in Athens in 2004. a victory over Canada on Sunday. They achieved a remarkable milestone as the very first African basketball team to do that, regardless of gender. So for the male and the female category, oh yeah. So great stuff. What do you make out of it?
I was speaking with a friend. I was like, "This is the only hope of getting a medal in this Olympics." With the way the game started, with the issue of the players that actually slum, for the ones that could not win some certain competition. So the Tigers are the one giving they are the one that kept our hopes high. I was very happy when I saw I didn't watch the
They
game.
had a challenging start. They lost to France.
Yeah.
And then they surmounted Canada to send Canada home.
Canada.
The countries where they benefit African people. Don't buy me. That song by Magneto, though.
Yeah.
Canada. Canada.
Yeah.
Canada.
And I think that's actually Jovi's favorite song as well.
Right now. Oh, really? Okay, so great stuff from the Tigresses. They lived up to their name. The Tigresses. The Tigresses. The Pounced. And social media has been agog with their performance. Great stuff they've put up, solidifying their progress into the tournament and sent Canada home. All right. So other persons, seem to be blaming. How do I describe it now? Other participants, like, what were you doing and these ones were going up? For you mentioned something about the fact that this is the only hope. Do you believe in them so much?
At this point, should I say, well, I don't really have a choice, but I have a choice. I believe in them. I believe definitely they can actually give us something good. You know how they won their first game, and like they won it comfortably to a very great extent. And this one also came up and they won again. Just my fear is that they shouldn't get a tougher opponent in this quarterfinals. That's my fear for now. They shouldn't get a tougher opponent. But if a tougher opponent comes, the Tigers will still be the Tigers. And
well, Reno Wakama did some tactical changes for the girls to bring them to a point where they were able to surmount the onslaught for Canada. If you check out the margin, wasn't much, 79 to 70.
Yes.
So
it's three shots.
3-point short.
Yeah, 3 shots. Canada can actually get that. Take those points back.
So it was really tight. It was close, but then they held on to the end, and I'm saying congratulations to them. We celebrate that.
That's the advantage of having a very good coach, a coach that sees, that understands people's patterns. It takes a high level of intelligence to know that this tactics is not going to work for my players.
Change it up.
Let's change it. And it takes a very dedicated and well-trained players to switch immediately and play as a team. Because before leaving to the courts to play that game, we have a plan already. This is what we are going with. But now when you got there, you discover that there's a change of plan. So the switch immediately and to make sure your opponent doesn't know that if you guys have switched pattern matters a lot as well. Congratulations to the young lady. She's actually doing a very great job.
Yes, congratulations to them. Cannot help but celebrate them. And now we'll move on to celebrate one man who, ahead of that game, was called the oldest. He was dubbed the oldest and faced one of the youngest players in tennis at the moment, and that's Novak Djokovic, who took on Carlos Alcaraz, a Serbian, against Spain. Well, first time I knew, when I saw that clip, I'm like, finally, for Novak Djokovic, it's been a long awaited. It's like you just had something missing in your trophy cabinet.
Come on.
And yes, it seems like the icing on the cake, the Olympic title completes what has been described by a lot of pundits as a golden slap, a golden career.
He has won
24 majors, swept up every title there is in tennis. And here he is finally clinching the Olympic gold at his 5th Olympic Games at the age of 37.
Come on. See, when I saw the win, I was like, if I'm to make a customized shirt, I'm going to write "Never Give Up." We know what happened to Djokovic when he met Alcaraz in Wimbledon. People were saying that if his semi-finals opponent adding
He probably wouldn't have gotten to that stage.
Come on, now he has met the young man again. Now he took
Has
it.
proven himself.
Come on, I think this
7-6, 7-3, 7-6, 7-2.
This is the point where it just
Crowd in Paris.
This is the point where you just take a bow, because now the upload is still very,
Yeah.
very high. Just take a bow and come on, congratulations to the old young man.
Well, he joins a list of greats: Rafael Nadal, Serena Williams, Andre Agassi, and Steffi Graf, to pick up that Olympic medal. Somewhere we saw Italy take gold in the women's doubles as Jasmine Paolini and Sara Errani beat Mira Andreeva and Diana Sinaida. The Russian pair playing on the neutral banner. Andreeva and Sinaida are the first Russian athletes to go to medals at Paris 2024. They were beaten 2-6, 6-1, 10-7 by Wimbledon finalist Paolini and former doubles world number one Errani. So we had on another court, Spain's Kristina Buxa and Sara Sorribes Torno beat Czech Republic's Karolina Muchova and Linda Noskova 6-2, 6-2 in the bronze match category.
Well, I'm happy for Jasmine. Should I say the Olympics is actually the place where, for those people that had a very bad tournament in the Wimbledon,
they could come and just
come on.
It doesn't come every time. It comes 4 years.
I understand.
4 years. You got to wait 4 years for it to happen.
I was really rooting for her to win Barbara, and she lost.
Yeah.
You understand? And now she's here, and she come on. Congratulations to the young. I'm really excited for her and Djokovic as well.
Well, one of the biggest stories from Paris, one of the biggest stories from the Olympics is Noah Lyles, U.S. sprint star Noah Lyles, who won the Olympic 100 meters title by 5,000th of a second. That's 0.005. Let me sound very boutique.
Very, very close.
Very close.
Very close.
I mean, they had to.
Very, very close.
Arguments abound. People have been going back to back. It feels like we're on the same neutrality here. Some persons, there's been this argument that it was given to the American because he's American.
No, I think we all saw even me when after the race, I was telling my cousin that we were watching it together, like, this thing belongs to Thompson.
Yeah.
So they had to. It's as if those technical guys were reading our thoughts. So they had to replay, did everything. Thank God for technology.
Yeah.
Thank God for if not.
Why thanking God? Thank education.
Yeah, next time. You see your first, and this is not bad. It's not bad for
a silver finish, not bad at all. But then it takes me back to those days when we had Usain Bolt and Magic Johnson, some of the fight. Let's not go there. Anyway, France beat Argentina in the 2024 Paris Olympics football tournament, and they get to face Egypt in the semi-finals. They secured their spot in the semis, a hard-fought victory, 1 goal against Argentina. Jean-Philippe Mateta, it was the hero of the match for France, and it feels like the host nation are going all the way, scoring the only goal with a brilliant near-post header off the corner, which was delivered by Michael Olise. A very tense atmosphere, despite the fact you saw the South Americans not wanting to give up, but the European country with the panache, they look at France with a country that has swag.
Yeah.
Mateta, Jean-Claude Mateta, stuff like that. So Argentina faced a hostile reception in Bordeaux. It was contentious moments, both on and off the field. And despite that intense nature, France's victory was well deserved. They were denied a late second goal due to a foul in the build-up. But immediately after the final whistle, we saw a chaotic scene, a chaotic atmosphere in which the players from both teams had a go at each other. And it took the intervention of match officials and stewards, to return normalcy. So we saw the events, Spain and Morocco securing their spots in the semifinals. Spain, a commanding 3-0 victory over Japan. Barcelona's Fermin Lopez shining with a breathtaking brace, while Morocco's dominant 4-0 win over the United States highlighted their prowess in the tournament. So France will go on to face Egypt, and Spain will take on Morocco. Rest assured, right here, we'll be bringing you up to speed. But then it feels like the medal table is up on the screen already. Yeah. People's Republic of China. At the last time I checked, it was
was-
20. 20 medals, and you never can tell. Like, it's sporting activities going on now. You
Yes,
don't. There could be just a change, but as at the last time we brought this up, People Republic of China had amassed 49 medals in total, but 21 gold medals, which gives them the edge ahead of United States of America, who, have
Even
tried to solidify that
no,
second position.
not the funniest thing. As at 9 yesterday, when I checked, was 1919.
Yeah.
You understand? 1919 goal. So even the United States were actually at the top. I was like, come on, they've taken it already. So I came in this morning and I checked, and it was.
Now there's a meme that's going online. A United States team
Okay.
that were made up of Asians.
Wow. How did they?
Asians. So you have Black Americans, you have Indian Americans, you have Chinese Americans, you have Asian Americans. Crazy. All right.
Crazy.
Yeah, so from Olympics, we'll go to a boxing event that happened. The world lightweight, yes. A former lightweight world champion who was also undisputed champion at the light welterweight and welterweight, Crawford. He triumphed on the judges' scorecards, different pointers there: 116 to 1112, 115 to 113, and 115 to 113. And it was the defeat of 29-year-old Uzbek Madrivor's 11th bout career. So a stunning fight there, but beyond every reasonable doubt, we saw the victor come out across all the judges with great numbers. Not so much in the margin,
yeah.
but it just gives you an idea that it is close. Yes, Terence Crawford winning his fourth world title at different weights, beating Israeli Madrimov to claim the WBA light middleweight crown in Los Angeles. We'll move on from that story real quick right now. And where would we put our feet? Some football stories, preseason games making the rounds. Barcelona, Real Madrid, the first El Clasico.
Yeah.
And we saw Paul Victor help his side to beat Spanish rivals and La Liga champions Real Madrid in a friendly in the United States of America. Real were without England international Jude Bellingham and France forward Kylian Mbappe. The duo were missing from the club's tour of the US after playing at this summer's European Championship in Germany. And I'm wondering if they were there, would have made a difference. But then the first El Clasico of the season, the match at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, not New York, was paused after 12 minutes because of a heavy storm, which is characterized by rains and wind conditions. And then when the action resumed after the delay of more than an hour, Barcelona took the lead just before halftime, and it was Victor, the 22-year-old forward, who headed in from Robert Lewandowski's ball. Thibaut Courtois made a good save from Lewandowski before Victor got his second goal of the game shortly after the break to double the lead for Hansi's Flick side. Nico Paz headed home late on for Real Madrid, but then it was not enough as Barcelona held on to secure the victory of first El Clasico this season. Well, we're practically out of time, and so I don't know. You want to say something to that?
No, I just say when it comes to preseason, there are some things that are not really friendly.
Eh.
See, when they meet themselves, they are not. It's not really. People you can call it a friendly match, but like when Manchester United met Arsenal, it's not really a friendly match because it was like they wanted to win the league, and it's just preseason. Come on, the Clasico. There's nothing like a friendly preseason game.
So some transfer confirmation. We have Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher agreeing to join Atletico Madrid. The Blues has accepted a £33 million offer from the Spanish side last week. But there was a bit of concern about whether the England international was interested in making the move. And so on Sunday night, Gallagher told Atletico officials he's happy to make a switch, and he's now expected to fly and complete his medical and contract signing, which will end his 18-year-old spell at Stamford Bridge. What a way!
Come on, I think the team didn't really end very well for the young man. I think it didn't really end very well. He was expecting more game time, and thinking he can actually fit into the new.
Yeah.
But for someone like him, trust me, he's going to do well in Atletico Madrid because the kind of game he plays, he like this forward game, and he's a very strong player that likes moving forward. So and fast game as well. He's going to do well. Congratulations to. I wish him success. Wish him good luck, but he's going to do well in Atletico. But I don't really like a situation whereby a player from the academy leaves a club with with a little beef. Like Rafe, I don't really.
Animosity.
Yeah, come on, I don't really like it. Let's part with peacefully, and so that when we see ourselves outside, we can shake hands and hug ourselves. Because football is a game of love.
All right, let's move on. Practically out of time. Former Liverpool and Cameroon defender Joel Matip is a target for Bayer Leverkusen on a free transfer, having left Anfield at the end of his contract. That's according to some newspaper. But then England defender Joe Gomez has no interest, we hear, in leaving Liverpool this summer, despite the club offering 27-year-old in a swap deal with Newcastle for England winger Anthony Gordon. We hear that Chelsea could move for Celtic's Danish midfielder Matt O'Reilly if England midfielder Conor Gallagher joins Atletico Madrid, which, we just probably completed that. But then Victor Osimhen is one guy who was uncertain. At some point, we've heard his Chelsea,
even as now,
back to back. Napoli, however, have not received any official offer for the Nigerian striker, and he's not keen on a move to Chelsea, with Belgium forward Romelu Lukaku moving the other way as part of any deal. Borussia Dortmund lead Chelsea and Aston Villa in the race to sign Hoffenheim's Maximilian Baer. AC Milan have made a bid worth 15 million euros plus add-ons to sign Brazilian defender Emerson Royal, who is 25 years from Tottenham. And then Atletico, we hear they're in talks with Manchester City, Alvarez. And then German striker Niklas Füllkrug has completed his West Ham medical before his move from Borussia Dortmund. Finally, Leeds United have asked about the availability of the 19-year-old English midfielder Bobby Clark on loan from Liverpool, and Juve wants to offload 8 stars in summer overhaul. And so when some of those things happen, we say, it's in Nigeria, they want to just drop 21 players. Juventus, 8 players at the same time, just like we dropped Juve. Juve picked a knock and we dropped it. All right, we'll be wrapping things up now with sports business. And of course, we've seen some money go across the table. FC Porto are set for a cash boost in a stadium renegotiation. They revised its contract with Spanish investment firm Itaca, selling a stake in the economic rights to its Drago Stadium in return for increased funding, which could be as much as 100 million euros, a lot of money. Emirates has extended its long-running sponsorship of the Football Association tournament, FA Cup, sponsored by Emirates. So they've extended this to, I think, 2028. So the new agreement announced last week includes a renewed commitment to staging the annual International Emirate Football Cup, or the FA Cup, which has visited Ghana, Kenya, Australia, Malaysia, and all that. Carter's network sponsors, they tag her Posh Formula E team because he believes that's a chance for them to connect with managers and leaders from the IT sector. What a way to put your money where your mouth is. Sponsor so that you can get more connect. We're practically out of time, guys, and of course, we've asked and urged you to go to our various social media platforms and let's get engaging on those platforms. Whatever you want us to talk about, you can also let us know. If you have a discussion, if you want to come on the show, we could actually give you a chance to. But make sure you're following us, SOUQ News Television, on various social media platforms. We're live and interactive. Ojefe.
Yes. For those people that took friendly too serious, thinking that they are going to win the league with the friendlies, congratulations to them. For Liverpool that took friendly too serious as well, beating Manchester United 3-0, you guys have won the league.
Tigress.
And for the Tigress, our ladies.
Usual suspect or non-eligible bachelor.
Yes, I am free.
Thank you so much, guys. Many thanks to you for watching and keeping tabs. And of course, I look forward to being here with you on SOUQ Sports on Wednesday at 1. Until then, keep following, keep engaging, and keep loving. Loving. My name is TC Barr. Have yourself a great day. Bye for now.